हेलो गाइस, वेलकम बैक टू माय यूट्यूब चैनल। और आज हम खेलने वाले हैं ट्विन मिरर। ये गेम एक थर्ड पर्सन व्यू होने वाला है। इस गेम के अंदर हम इन्वेस्टिगेटिव जर्नलिस्ट बने हैं सैम, जो कि अपने होम टाउन बासवुड वेस्ट वर्जीनिया में वापस आया है। और बस यही है। देखते हैं, इस गेम में 3 एपिसोड हैं, ये पहला एपिसोड है। और इस गेम में हमें मल्टीपल चॉइस ऑप्शंस मिलेंगे, जिनसे कहानी आगे बढ़ेगी। जैसी चॉइस वैसी कहानी वैसा एंड। सो व्हाट वी आर वेटिंग फॉर, लेट्स गेट स्टार्टेड।
Skies are finally clearing up after a light rainfall most of the afternoon. The weather's approaching 49 degrees, so we've got a brisk West Virginia evening ahead of us. Wrap up tight and settle in, folks. This is 104.3 WVCK, the Basswood Sound. I'm your host, Carrie Hammond. Coming up after a short break, mental health expert Dr. Wick will discuss the recent opioid epidemic that's been affecting.
Don't weigh the same. Change my clothes and wash my nose. Does the well go down that low? Let me breathe and I'll let you go. I knelt down in desperation. I felt around for something real. There's a radio station playing wrong in my ear. You keep coming alive, keep coming alive, keep coming alive, keep coming alive. You keep coming alive, keep coming alive, keep coming alive, keep coming alive.
Time to kill before the funeral. Might as well spend it here. This place was always one for decisions. Somewhere for things to fall apart.
पुरानी यादें वापस आ रही हैं, आई गेस।
Welcome back to Basswood, Sam. I came up here every chance I could. One of the all-time great views. Really makes a small town look big.
Cemetery, Basswood Mines, Basswood River.
I'm not sure Nick would even want me at his funeral, given how I left things. Strange to think of Basswood without its mine. My hometown. It felt more imposing in my nightmares. I remember spending entire summers on the banks fishing with Nick. You'd think the massive cliff face would be a giveaway. I left a sandwich in it for a whole week once. Dad never let me forget it. A lot of people were upset when it closed, but not upset enough to fix it. These trails were great to walk if you wanted to feel truly alone. Some of these species are endangered. She wrote an article about it. Hunting is another tradition I could never get behind. Just don't see the appeal. I used to love looking at basswood from up here. Helped give me perspective. Until that day. Why can't the real world be as clear and peaceful as my own mind? Even if it does mean nothing stays hidden in here. Not even me.
Guys, I will try not to speak too much on the voiceovers and the games and the music. जितना हो सकेगा मैं कोशिश करूँगा, बाकी देखते हैं.
I've been meaning to ask you something. Don't freak out. Would you be my little girl's godfather? I wouldn't trust anyone else with this.
And yet I stopped taking his calls. He even called once the day before he died. I'll never know what he wanted to talk to me about.
This is Anna. She works freelance. Does a lot of the human interest pieces.
What can I say? I'm interested in humans and their pieces. What do you like to write?
I gotta run to a review with Walt. You two feel free to chit-chat. And Sam, be nice.
I had never met someone so interested in others, even in me.
The story is important. You know I think that. It's just... people around here have short tempers and long memories. Be careful. Sam, are you even listening to me?
I heard you, Anna. But no, I wasn't listening. Come on, Anna, look at this.
What is it? Someone skinny dipping?
Anna, you really need to see this.
I can't even see. Something's blocking it. Sam, what are you doing?
I'm trying to be romantic.
What? Wait. Please don't tell me you're proposing.
I'm down on one knee, a ring. What else would I be doing? You look like I just ran over your grandma. Okay, the silence is really starting to scare me now. Anna, please say something.
Sam, put that away. Come on. I don't want a ring. I don't need a ring. You should know that. We've discussed it before.
We weren't happy. She was the one brave enough to face that. Lost in my head again. How much time did I miss?
Journal entry. I decided to take a walk. Mm, Return people. Okay. Nicholas. Samuel. Sam. Anna Miller. Okay. Let's get back to our car, guys. Colors.
I missed the funeral. Maybe it's for the best. On the bright side, Nick's not alive for me to let him down again. I get the feeling it still sees some use, given how bad the coverage is up here.
Graphics of these games look amazing, guys.
Sorry, Walter, but I don't think I'll stick around. Given up already? Just a quick, depressing jaunt down memory lane and then you're gone? I know you think that the only thing waiting for you down there is hurt. Lots of hurt. And you might be right. But it's been 2 years. It's time to face the world. Time to adult. The good news, though, at least you don't have to do it alone.
ये भाई साहब कौन थे? हमारी अंतरात्मा.
Lost the signal. Some things never change. लगता है बहुत कुछ है जो पीछे छूट गया है, जिसे बदलने की आवश्यकता है या उसको सही करने की आवश्यकता है. Joan Pug, Nick's daughter.
Yuli, you actually came.
It's been a while. You've gotten taller.
Can we talk?
We're talking right now.
It's cold.
So,
You left.
Joan, that's not fair.
You left.
What to choose? I'm sorry, I guess.
Look, Joan, I messed up.
You said you wouldn't leave. You said... I don't remember exactly, but you pinky swore.
I didn't mean to lie. I just screwed up. After Anna broke up with me, I'm sorry. I wish words meant anything. I wish this didn't make it harder for you to trust me now.
You could have at least called something, especially after, you know, after my dad.
I don't know what to say to that. You're right. I wasn't in a state where I could reach out to anyone. I'm still not. If Nick hadn't died, I never would have come back.
Thanks for being honest. You're always at least honest. Listen, I wanted to talk to you about what happened to Dad. It doesn't make sense. He wouldn't have just crashed. He drove like a grandma, you know that. It's wrong. I don't buy it.
I'm just in town for the funeral, Joan. I'm not a PI or a cop.
You're the closest thing I can talk to. Will you just look into it, Muley? Please?
She wants her father's death to mean something. But where does that lead? What if it leads to the truth? That could change everything. An hour ago, you wanted to run away. Now you want to start another investigation? A few questions won't hurt anyone. Just tonight. To reassure her. And myself. This is a wake. If you poke around, people may end up poking back. Okay, whatever you do, at least leave the kid out of it. It would be cruel to lead her on. Friends don't lie to each other. Even if it means disappointing her again. It's your call.
Promise to look into it, guys.
Okay. I'll see what I can see and all that. Gumshoe it up.
You will?
You make some good points. It doesn't fit. I hate when things don't fit.
Yeah, me too. I might just be, I don't know, crazy or something, but
You want to know for sure. I get it.
thanks, Muley. I should go in before my mom misses me. You better get in there too. Can't hide in your car all night.
Who says I'm hiding out here?
I do. See you inside.
तो जिसके फ्यूनरल में हम आए हैं उसी के लिए इन्वेस्टिगेशन करनी है. Everyone knows Nick and I were best friends. Everyone thinks I owe it to him to be here. Alright. तो निक हमारा बेस्ट फ्रेंड है. I
Might as
guess
well talk to Walter. I'll have to sooner or later.
Yes. Yes, the cat food is under the sink. Yes, yes it is, Mother. Trust me. Oh, Samuel is here. I'll call you back. Samuel Higgs, as I live and breathe. Has it really been over 2 years? Regardless, I'm so glad you finally made it. It's good to see you. What kept you?
A trip down memory lane. I missed the funeral, but I made it to Nick's wake.
You have to bring it in for a hug. It's a Basswood back in town requirement. So good to
Hug?
see you. Even if I wish the circumstances
Alright,
were different.
hug him.
In times like these, we need the comforting touch of others. At least I do. Also, have you spoken to Anna lately?
No, why?
No reason. If you get the chance, we should catch up. We should really catch up. I'll see you inside.
I'm not ready for this. Here we go.
Mr. Samuel Higgs, big shot investigative reporter.
Didn't think you'd ever be back in here.
I'd gladly slash your tires, but that mean you couldn't leave town. And you are leaving town right out.
Just really embracing those hick stereotypes, huh, Joel?
Gentlemen. We get you good old boys another round.
Mighty kind of you, Declan.
You're not worth it, Higgs. Making friends already, I see.
Declan, been a while.
Hey, careful. I'd rather not be working tonight. And you always seem to angry up everyone's blood.
Just here for Nick.
I'm only here to pay my respects to Nick. Nothing more, nothing less.
Yeah, shame that. You watch yourself.
I think it's time I go put up a photo at the memorial board. That's what people do, right? It's supposedly the spirit of coal. Doesn't really belong here anymore. He's owned this bar for almost a decade and still can't afford another employee.
Not really. You just quoted him a couple of times, so I had to throw them all out on their ear, and only then did I realize.
Ah, Samuel, my favorite ex-muckracker. Join us. Join us.
How was the funeral?
Wasn't there. Setting up for this.
Everyone came, most of the town, it felt like. A sea of sad, wet eyes. I gave the eulogy. Felt hollow. So hollow. He worked for me for years. For years. My best reporter. What do you even say about him?
I guess he was a team player.
He loved people, sharing things, having fun together. Take video games. He didn't even care if it was some cooking game or shooting game or what, as long as we were playing together.
I always prefer my games analog. Chess, Go. You two did seem to bond over them, though.
It's the small things. Like he always kept his window down. Said cars made him claustrophobic. That's how he stays with us. The little details.
I remember the bar bets about that safe spot in Pac-Man. He got me one night.
Yeah, got me once too. Can't believe it's real.
Enough about Nicholas, enough. Tell me, how have you been, Sam? How have you really been?
Got a new start and new perspectives. I'm helping my mother with her garden. I've been volunteering.
Terrific to hear, my boy. Terrific to hear.
Well, I think I've taken enough of your gents' time.
Go, mingle, circulate, but you must join us for an actual round later. You must.
Oh, Walter, can I ask you something?
Questions are the fountainhead of knowledge.
Nick's crash. Was there anything suspicious about it?
I asked myself the same thing. The very same thing. It did seem odd. Young Nicholas, a careful man in all things, including driving. I looked into it myself. You know what I found?
What?
A tragic accident with nothing amiss. I am both relieved and saddened to say.
Ah,
Life is rarely like a crime thriller, and while I don't mind you asking, some might find it a distasteful conversation at a man's memorial. Especially from you.
I'll, keep that in mind.
See that you do, my boy. See that you do.
Declan lacks subtlety, but he loves this town like no one else.
You always did know how to start a ruckus. Can't say I missed that.
Old-timers in general already don't like me, and the article just made it worse.
Hey, Sam, why don't you drink to Nick on the other side of the bar?
That's where Nick and I sat every time he dragged me out for drinks after work.
It's the guy who got the mine closed.
I can't believe he showed up after what happened.
Sammy! Oh, it's been ages.
Tara?
Oh, me? I've had this stomach thing lately, always churning. And this thing with Nick, his car went up like a Sunday ham. He burned alive, you know. Have you met Hugh? He took over the old pharmacy just after you left.
No.
The infamous Sam. I've read that article you wrote on the mine. You must have put in a lot of legwork on that.
What did you think of it?
Oh, you read it. What do you think?
Of the writing? Fine. Fine. Of the reporting? Something that needed to be done. Many medicines are a bitter brew, but you still need to take them.
That's nice of you to say.
Oh, don't hesitate to drop by the pharmacy sometime.
Oh, and Sam, you...
But for now, I have a feeling you're not here for us.
Oh, right. Don't be a stranger, Sam.
So, Sam, how's life been treating you?
Could be better, I guess.
Could be better. My best friend just died.
No need to snap at me, Sam. I ain't the enemy here. And your allies are in short supply, so be careful what you say. You staying in town long?
Not really. Why? You think I'm gonna disturb the peace or something?
Wouldn't be your first time. Have a nice evening, Sam. You always did know how to start a ruckus. Can't say I missed that.
Everyone here seemed to really like my dad.
Of course they did, Bug.
Everyone's nice in that creepy way. It's weird. Even Anna's weird.
Your dad was a good guy.
People don't really know what to say, but they genuinely liked your dad. So even if they're weird and clumsy, it comes from a good place.
Now you sound all weird and clumsy.
Don't I always?
Do you ever just watch people?
It's pretty much all I do.
Me too. But I don't always like what I see.
Bess always had a soft spot for Nick. I think she liked his work ethic.
But no more than 3,000.
Pretty courageous of him to try his luck in Basswood,
thought it
given the
was
state of
4,000.
things.
That's what crooked pharmacists want to do. That amount is damaging.
Kathy,
Sam, you actually came.
I know you two haven't been together for a long time, but I'm still sorry.
We hadn't been close in years.
that he was my daughter's father. I'll miss him. Joan was really hurt when you left town. Nick and I were never close after the breakup, and Joan's never had a lot of friends.
Yeah.
Maybe don't break her heart this time when you leave town. All right?
I will do my best, I guess.
Hard to make promises. I don't do well with those in Joan.
I've noticed.
But I'll try.
Sam, I'm gonna hold you to that.
You're a lot like Pac-Man, Sam.
I consume everything in my path.
You find every last bite. The mine closing wasn't your fault. Your investigation just hurried things up. You'll probably save some lives, you know.
Hi, Dad. Hi, Muley.
You piece of...
Language.
Is that a wedding ring?
I didn't know you were thinking about marriage.
Oh, it's just... It feels like the right thing to do.
Dad, what's the point of getting married?
Well, it's just one of those things people do, Bug. Here, you can play.
Someone has to show you grown-ups. Video games are the realm of the young.
Have you talked to Anna about this?
That's kind of the point. I'll talk to her about it when I show her the ring.
If you say so. Hey, just remember I'm here, right? If you need anything. Anything but my arcade secrets. Those I'll take to the grave.
Sorry we lost touch. Sorry I lost touch. Rest up, big guy. This photo always looked weird. Nick could never keep a straight face. He was more her best friend than a dad. Look at us. I wonder who took that picture. Happier times. We drove straight to the sea after work on a Friday. Hell of a weekend. Bug was so small back then. Those two were a great team.
Samuel, guess I lost the bet.
Bet?
Yeah, that bet you'd never come back to Basswood. Not after you went careening out of town like a bat out of hell the instant that article broke bad.
Go with X.
Okay, I'll bite. Tell me, Dennis, who did you have a standing bet with?
Myself. So I guess I also won.
What are you even doing here, Dennis? You and Nick become friends or something?
Nope. He thought I was a drunk, which I am. And I thought he was a hack, which he was.
This coming from the IT guy. Didn't know resetting passwords could give you a journalism degree.
It can. But it does give me less patience for people who sling mud my way. Relax. I'm just playing. At least tell me how you been.
It's been rough.
If you must know, I still haven't bounced back from when Anna and I broke up.
I think you mentioned she broke up with you. Yeah, but I hear you. Yeah, that's how I ended up in this shit town. Chasing a woman. Yeah, then she left and I got stuck here with 2 kids. Anyway, cheers to Nick. A man that, unlike us, people actually liked. Speaking of which...
'Tis but I suffer for your sake. Believe me, dear, that's true. I wish that you were staying here.
Anna?
Sam! I've missed you. Why'd it take so long for you to darken my doorstep?
Well, I'm here now. I'll have to try and come by more often. That's what I'm supposed to say, right? Even if not everyone around here would like it.
People around here have short tempers,
And long memories.
but most of them mean well. Sam, the mine was gonna close anyways. Maybe in a year or 2, 5, if the Lord has a sense of humor. It was gonna run dry or have an even bigger disaster. It wasn't your fault.
I wanted to help. I was trying to make things better.
You always do. Try, at least. When my father lost his legs, nobody knew the mine wasn't following regulations. You were the only one who started asking questions. Whenever people talk about you, he always says, you did the right thing.
Yeah, well, your dad's Joe. He's an oak. Unmoving and annoyingly supportive.
It wasn't just him. Nick thought your piece was great. He was actually jealous. He always wanted to write something that shook the pillars of heaven, as he used to put it. You know, Nick and I had moved in together. Started to get serious. But I think it's only now I realize how much I cared for him.
Yeah. That's, you two must be so hard.
Are you okay? You knew about us, right? He said he was gonna tell you.
Yeah, I knew, but knowing and, knowing are different.
Yeah, I guess they are. But this was all nice. The funeral, the wake. Walter did a good job. But it all just makes me feel heavy. It makes my heart hurt. Like Nick's memory has been laid on top of me and I'm still carrying him.
Nick's death. Do you know if he had any enemies? Working on anything dangerous? Whew. Now this is a real can of worms.
This is a wake.
I know that.
Do you? This isn't the time to be digging and pushing. You always do this. You always... I get it. You're still you, huh? You'll always still be you, Sam. I hope you never change, but I can't handle this right now. I'm gonna go home. I hate that his stuff is all over my house. Then drink and cry all night. You do what you need to do. See you around.
तो ये पंगा है, लव ट्रायंगल चल रहा है यहाँ पर.
Samuel, come. Have a round with me.
I need a drink or two. Or 3. And then I'll go.
People leave you or they die. That's the only way anything ends.
Walter can be overwhelming at times, but he means well.
So, Nick wasn't drunk, and me? I was drunk as a skunk.
Ah, Samuel. Join us. We were just sharing stories about dear Nicholas. And let me get your next round. Maybe Ethan has a suggestion for a worthy spirit?
Ah, spirits? Oh, no. Friends drink beer.
Yes, I suppose that's fitting. To dear Nicholas.
Yeah, he'd been coming in a lot lately. Sat right there, with a bad dad joke or two.
With friends, I guess? Maybe Anna.
No, by himself with his laptop as his date.
He never drank alone.
You two were close, though, right? Tell me about the man outside the bar.
He had a terrible memory. Couldn't remember names, dates, passwords. Kept his notes squirreled around him like a hoard.
He was a good dad,
He was
I
always
guess.
good with Joan. Though Kathy did the heavy lifting. Took her to school, fed her, clothed her, and Nick would pick her up. Play dad for a few hours. Mostly she'd just sit in the office drawing. He'd drop her back off with her mom after dinner.
Greater men have done far less by their daughters. The friend of man, the friend of truth. The friend of age, and guide of youth. Few hearts like his with virtue warmed, few hearts with knowledge so informed. If there's another world, he lives in bliss. If there is none, he made the best of this.
Burns. That from your eulogy?
You know Robert Burns? And no, just something I keep on hand for toasts.
Oh, it's a good choice. And sorry about that, Sam. I wasn't trying to bring you down.
I guess people like Nick.
Everyone liked him. I think even Dennis liked him somewhat.
He always had a lot of friends. A few who couldn't make it sent flowers.
How's the family taking it?
Joan and Kathy seem shaken. Kathy has a lot to deal with, now more than ever. But who can prepare for losing a parent? Not a soul. Not a single soul.
It always seemed so easy for him. Every day he'd show up, smile, no matter what.
Of the qualities in a good man, that one deserves to be at the top.
Not a quality I possess.
This isn't a place for self-pity. This is a place for dour reflection.
Yes, and drinking.
Let's make a toast.
To Nick. He was my friend. He will be missed, but not forgotten.
Hear, hear.
Put that down! Kathy, what's your underage child doing drinking? You have no control over her? Ethan could lose his
I wasn't
license.
doing anything. Don't touch me.
Joan!
Leave me alone. Ugh, you guys are all so stupid.
You do not talk to people that way. I'm sorry, everyone. She's just so...
That was quite heavy-handed. I hope the little one doesn't take it to heart.
I'll send her a text. Make sure she's gonna be okay. I'd say that went well. Ish. You got to chat with everyone you've been avoiding. Even if Joan got inside your head with her whole dad mystery death thing. Just shut up. Coming back to Basswood was your idea. You're the one in the driver's seat, Sam. I can't make you do anything. Deep down, you've been looking for a reason to come back. It's gonna be one of those long nights inside your head, huh? I am so very sorry. You stuck in existence, stuck in my head, just a terrible state you're in. Get your anger and sarcasm out of your system. Better you take it out on me than anyone else. You're back out in the world, feeling emotions, fitting in. That's progress. Fuck the world. Pointless talking and more talking, and no one says what they mean. Go away. Let me enjoy being miserable. Just try and make sure you don't do anything stupid. No promises.
That time lapse, guys, was incredible. शानदार ही था वो टाइम लैप्स. वेल, ये वीडियो कुछ ज़्यादा लंबा हो गया है, तो इस वीडियो को यहीं पॉज करते हैं और मिलते हैं नेक्स्ट वीडियो में. तब तक के लिए मज़े करो. एंड अगर ये वीडियो पसंद आया तो चैनल को करो सब्सक्राइब, वीडियो को करो शेयर एंड लाइक. टेक केयर.